Hey guys, real short little clip here. This is a 68 Les Paul Custom. We're relicking, and it was bought in with a horrible paint job done with a socket wrench or something. I don't know, it was hideous. So guy wanted it to be brought back to its original glory, but he wanted all the nicks and dents and cracks and everything incorporated into the new finish we're putting on it. And that's what I'm doing right now. I always like to have a nice road map in front of me of actual cracks. It's always a good idea. Some of you guys can, pull them up on your iPad or your phone. But the secret to getting the pattern down is that there really is no pattern. You can't. They basically go up and down or horizontal, and or vertical, whatever the case may be. So I usually start with longer lines, and then I end up taking short lines off the longer lines. And seriously, I use a scribe and I use an X-Acto knife. I'll just give you some real quick kind of examples of how this works. So you don't want to push too hard because you don't want to go through the finish. And again, it has to be completely random and have no rhyme or reason where the line ends up where it ends up at. Sometimes if you start making the lines kind of take on a certain direction, if you look at the original, you'll see how they'll kind of curve around a little bit, so it always helps to have a template in front of you when you're doing it. It just makes it a whole lot easier. So I don't know, just do some quick lines for you. I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this X-Acto knife, so it takes a lot of practice to where you get to the point to where you're okay with how it looks, and when you're done with it, it's satisfactory to the customer. Sometimes I'll do that and create a divot that will cause the direction of the line to change. A lot of them, you can see they sort of follow each other, but they'll take a left turn or a right turn for no apparent reason. And as many as these I've done, which is probably over 600 now, they're all completely different, and I suppose as any artist, I'm rarely completely just blown away with what I just did, But the thing is once you do it, you can't undo it. So I've told Jacob a lot of times, I said, well, why don't you practice with a pencil and paper and look at the lines and then transfer the lines of what you're seeing onto the paper first. Because once you get good at transferring them on paper, then you can put them on a guitar, on the finish of a guitar. But even once you get that down, your technique has so much to do with how it comes out. Because if you push too hard, you're going to carve into the wood. You don't want to do that because finish cracks aren't into the wood, they're just into the finish. Freeze spray is another technique a lot of people use. I like freeze spray, and I use freeze spray depending on what the application is. But on this particular piece, freeze spray is not going to give me these, these long horizontal lines. It's going to give me a lot of short spider webbing. And yes, I have incorporated freeze spray and the X-Acto knife technique into the checking, but it's all case by case. Certain woods, this being a maple top, maple cap, mahogany back, the woods you're dealing with have a lot to do with how the aging process is going to, take shape on that particular type of wood. The finish is always the same in here because we only use lacquer, but polyurethane, you can do the same technique on polyurethane. And the story of people dragging it behind their car and throwing them down a flight of stairs and blah, 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 kick them across the parking lot. We've all heard it. We don't do it that way in here. So, honestly, sharing with you something that's taken me 20 years to come up with, I used to be paranoid about it at first, and then I thought, why not just let everybody should try it. There's a million videos out there on how to relic things, but you really need to do a bunch of them before you start getting the hang of it. And the more you do, the better you get. So hang in there, keep relicing, come back and see us.